Hey, hello everybody. I wanted to make a video like this for some time now. And it's kind of a little off topic from the things I normally talk about, but I like to make videos like this because oddly enough, the videos that I do with Microsoft Paint do a lot better than what I thought. So anyway, I'm going to get right into this here. I wanted to explain to any viewer watching this how and this is specifically the United States economy, although other economies are based on this. This shows you, expressed as hydraulics, how the U.S. economy works based on its central banking system. Now, this reservoir right here represents the Federal Reserve System. And this reservoir represents the economy. Now, you'll notice there's a red line right in the middle of this reservoir. When the water in this reservoir is here, that represents economic stability. In other words, there's a consistent amount of money in circulation. You don't have inflation or deflation. Now, money enters this reservoir by loans. In other words, every bit of water in this reservoir is borrowed water. And that borrowed water has to go back to the original reservoir via debt service. And in some sense, it goes in through taxes, but that's kind of a segue. We'll leave that alone for a moment. Now, if we look at the Weimar Republic in Germany, what happened was the valve for this was opened up really wide. The water crept up above the red line, and that caused problems. That's inflation. In fact, it went into hyperinflation, where you were spending 1,000,000 Reichsmarks to get a bag of potatoes or more. You had to have a wheelbarrow load of money to buy a bag of potatoes. Okay, that's one problem. Then you have the scenario where you have 1929 in the United States, where this valve was shut off completely. Now there's no more money entering the reservoir, and it's only leaving. And then the water line drops. Then you have what's called deflation. And the central point I'm going to make with this video is, if there is an economic problem in any country anywhere, not just the United States, it's caused by how this functions. Now, you think about it, if this was a hydraulic system, I want you to imagine this system with a lot of people operating the controls. In other words, it's like your house. You have a whole bunch of people twisting on the thermostat. You have instability. And there's a lot of factors affecting how this comes in and this comes out. But at the core of it is this. I mean, you can talk about tariffs, or you can talk about the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act or whatever, and it doesn't change the fact that this system is in and of itself the problem. But anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up here. If I've left any questions unanswered, or you just have some curiosity about this, please comment, and we'll do it again sometime.